In last session, we created this space, and since then I have just created one more space as a dummy space to show you how you will see it in different sections. So now we have created space. Now let's take baby steps and start with data builder. Now data builder is always your first step if you are a data engineer or you are from IT side. So there is normally a business side and IT side. If you are from IT side, you are a developer like me, for example, then probably we'll be working more on the data builder side. So data builder is where you get your tables in from different sources, or you create here, or you load the data. So data builder is a section where all the action happens for IT guys. So I click on data builder, and here, as you can see, you will see the space which are assigned to you, the spaces where you have access. So in this case, in training 2 also I've added my name. So I have access to that space, and I have access to this space as well. So you should know under which workspace you want to create your model or table. So in our case, I want to create under DWC training. So I will click on this. It may happen that sometimes you directly get this screen instead of space options, because sometimes it's buggy. So what you can do is you can just click from here and you will come back to the screen, and you will get this screen where spaces will come. Otherwise, sometimes what happens is when you click on data builder, this screen comes with some space selected. Normally the last space you accessed, normally that comes. So we can ignore that and go here and again select the space if you want to switch the space. So I will minimize this. Now here on the screen, you see a lot of options. We are under all files. So we have new table, we have new graphical view, we have new SQL view, and we have new entity relationship model. So these are the 4 options you have under data builder. So you can go by this table. We have 1 option, view 2, ER model 1. And if you want to see all the options here, you can see these are the 4 options available in your trial account. So you can use them. So let's start with the first one. What I will do is I will create a simple table. So you can create basically table directly in the system, and you can load the data as well. So let's see how it works. So I click on new table, and let me give it a name. Sales order, and this is dummy, I would say. And here there's a technical name, and this is the description. You can give anything, but here you can't do space because it's ID. So you have to give underscore, and you can change this as well, no issues. It need not be same, but directly it gives you a similar name, so you can directly use it. Under semantic, you have a lot of options like relational data set, dimension, analytical data set, and text. So normally we will be creating here a relational data set only, and dimension, analytical data set, all these things we'll be creating under business builder. Business builder we will create there. And text options also we'll see. You can create text table also here. That is similar to what we have in SAP text table. Normally we have a text of, for example, customer. So we may have data in table for custom number, and the corresponding text may be residing in a text table. So that is the normalization which happens in normal databases. So you can create text based data set or relational data set, either way. And dimension analytical data set more part of business builder, so we'll be creating there. So first let's start with relational data set. It is not deployed. I can add columns. So what I can do is I can just click here and I can give any name. Sales order. You are getting the technical name here, and I will just keep it as it is. String is okay, and you have a lot of options here. You can change it to number. You can have binary, decimal, double, lot of options. You can see timestamp, time, date, boolean, binary. So you can assign whatever you want to assign. So here string is okay. We can work with that. So I'll say it's okay. You can give any default value, and you can also specify it can be null or not. So if you think it can't be null, then you can take not null, and you can assign a primary key. It's a good practice to give a primary key, and normally relationship databases have the key assigned, and you should always do that. So I will make it as a key. So it is my key, right? I will add one more column as sales order date, right? And I can give it a name, type as date, right? And I can give some default value as well if I want, and I can add one more like quantity, I can say, and I can also say the quantity is maybe decimal, and you can give the length and the scale as well, precision. So, and again, I can give some default value. I think this is enough for this table. Okay, these are my columns. I have sales order as primary key. I have date and quantity. I can add value, customer, all those things I can add. But for time being, okay, let's add customer as well. So say customer, and this is fine. Okay, association is normally a foreign key relationship you want to maintain with some other table. So you can assign that. So you can select from here association and add a table. But we don't have any table. This is our first table which we are creating. So I don't have that option yet. Business purpose, here this is good from perspective of maintenance and also from understanding different objects in your system. So I can give here like sales order table contains sales order data with date, quantity, and customer details. Right? Purpose. What is the purpose? To store sales order transaction. Business contact person, and you can here assign someone. If I have some issue with table, if suppose I want to modify this table, I want to update this table, or I think something is missing, then I can contact this particular person. So I can give any contact person from my team, and I can also assign the team as well. So I can say sales team USA. So this is my team which is responsible. So you can directly contact that person, or here I can also give DL, distribution list email address, where I can contact. So I have the details, who has created it and whom should I contact. And tags are very important. So I will give this tag for timing, dummy, right? So this added, and you can give multiple tags as well. So this belong to SD, so I will say SD, or I can say it is belong to OTC as well. So order to cash and sales and distribution. So I can give tag, and you can filter it by tag. We'll see it later. If you totally want to use in-memory storage, you can tick it, or otherwise, skip it. Dependent object. So if you have some connection with some other objects, so it will show up here. For example, this table is getting used in some view, right? So it will show that view as a dependent object here. So this is our first table, so nothing of that sort will happen. So these are the options we just checked, and here we have save, deploy. You can preview the data, you can undo things, you can download the CSN file. We'll see how it works, and you can also add a hierarchy. We'll see it later as well. So I will say okay, just save this table. This is my table name. I can just reconfirm before saving. So this is, I think, grayed out now, so you can't change it. The ID, obviously you can change the text, and I can say let's go to data editor, and here you will see if there are any error or something like that, error warning information you will get here, this kind of validation, and here I will go to data editor, but you have to deploy the table before you can add the data to it. So let's deploy it. So once I click on this, you will get a message here that it is in process, so it takes a few seconds before it gets completed. You can wait here, or it will come up in some time. So this is deployed now, so I can go to data editor, and here you can see it is deployed. Now I can go to data editor here to add the fields manually, so I can do that. So I can say add sales order is 100, date is this, quantity is 50, right? Customer is Apple. I can add more values. I can say 200. I can say same date. I can say 40. Uh, soft, right? So these records are added. What I can do is I can save this. So data will be saved. So data is saved. I will switch back to table editor. Right now, once you deploy, you also get this option of uploading data from CSV file. So you can also upload data using CSV file also up to 1 GB in trial version. So that can be done and we'll see how it works. Now we have added the data. Let's preview it. So you can see the preview of the data as well. So this is how it works. You can create table like this easily in table editor and get started with Data Warehouse Cloud. We'll go further in next section. Thank you.